Hello student, Hemant sir is here and we have completed our last chapter which is nothing but the light. So today we are going to start the new chapter and which is the water, which is the precious resource. Okay, so let's start what is water and some little about this chapter. So in this chapter we will understand about what is water, what are the different forms of water, what is the water cycle, we will use the uses of water, then what are the various sources of water, and then we will discuss about the scarcity of water also, and last but not the least we will understand about the conservation of water. Okay, so these are nothing but the main content that we are going to cover in this chapter. Okay, so as we know, water is really very important to sustain life. Water is one of the basic requirement for all the living organism. Okay, what are the basic needs of human being? The food, shelter, and water. Okay, so water is the basic need for the sustain of life on earth. Is it or not? And वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, अर्थ पर सबसे पहले लाइफ वाटर में ही आई थी, है ना? आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा इस थिंग्स को कि सबसे पहले लाइफ अर्थ पर वाटर में ही आई थी. ओके, वाटर से ही फॉर्मेशन हुआ था लाइफ का. ओके, सो वाटर इज द इम्पोर्टेंट कंटेंट ऑफ लाइफ एंड हमारे बॉडी का 71% से भी ज्यादा पार्ट वाटर ही कंटेन करता है. आपको पता होगा. ओके, our body's weight is mostly like more than 70% is occupied or the covered by water only. Okay, so let's discuss in detail about the water. So let me share the slide first. So here we have the slide. It is our 16th chapter of our syllabus science. Water is a precious, it is the resource, it has already been covered here. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so now it is completely visible. It is the chapter 16 and which is the water is a precious resource. What is precious? Because without water we cannot imagine the life. That's why ये कहा जाता है कि जल है तो कल है और जल ही जीवन है. These are the very famous slogan that we used to hear from the various sources. Okay, so let's discuss about water. Okay, so water is made up of mainly hydrogen and oxygen. What is the formula of water? It is the H2O. H2O is the water's molecular formula. Okay, so here we have two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. Okay, they combine chemically and they forms water. Okay, so जब भी आपको H2O दिखता है बेटा, that means we are discussing about the water only. Okay, so water exists in gaseous, liquid and solid state. हम इसको और भी डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. Okay, but this is the introduction part of the chapter. So water generally present in our nature in main three state beta. One is called gaseous state in the form of vapor, second the liquid state, and third but not the least, okay, it is the solid state. Water is one of the most plentiful and essential compound. Plentiful का मतलब बहुत ज्यादा. हमारे अर्थ सरफेस का मोर देन 70% जो पार्ट है, it is covered by water only. Okay, main source of water we have in ocean. Okay, plentiful means बहुत ज्यादा है. Okay, and essential because without water life is not possible. Okay, that's why it is essential compound occurring in liquid on earth surface under the normal condition. So ये earth surface पे और underground में ये liquid form में present होता है. Water is the valuable for human uses as the plant and animal too. So ये सिर्फ human being के लिए ही important नहीं है, but it is also important for the plant and other animals too, because they have life due to the water only. There are other factors for responsible of life, but one of them is water only. Okay, so like it is most of the time it is used to say the slogan called Jal Hai to Kal Hai. Okay, so let's discuss from the next slide. I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that. Now we will discuss more about the water. Okay, आपके सामने एक स्लाइड में कुछ डायग्राम्स दिए हुए हैं. We have to discuss this diagram. They are very important. You will find on your notebook also or no your textbook also. Okay, so let's discuss. As we know that 22nd March is celebrated as the World Water Day since 1913. 1913 से हम 22 मार्च को वर्ल्ड वाटर डे भी सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, because we know that water is very essential for the having life or sustaining life on earth. Okay, it is responsible for the having life. Water is the limited source. अब वाटर को हमने plenty of water तो है, but why it is limited source? Because most of the water we have on earth, more than like more than 97%, 97 to 98% is the salt water, means the ocean water, और हम उसको use नहीं कर सकते. Okay, it contain a tremendous amount of salt in it. बहुत ज्यादा नमकीन होता है that we cannot use for daily life. Okay, it is needed for all the living organisms. So we are discussing about only 2% of water, and which is the fresh water that can be drink easily by living organisms. Okay, that's why that 2% water is available for the human use and for other animals use also. When if they are living on the land, then that's why that water have the, we can say it is the limited source, because we have only 2% fresh water. Okay, so it is the limited resource. It is needed for the living things and must be managed well to ensure we have enough for our need and to protect our environment. Okay, so in order to protect the life of all the living organisms, okay, we had to conserve the water, we had to save the reservoir, water reservoir. Okay, because water is essential for the living organism. Okay, for all the animals, if they are living on the earth, we are not discussing about the aquatic animal, because they can live on the salt water also. Okay, most of the like animal, they are living in ocean, they are living in salt water, they have capacity in them to survive in salt water. Okay, but हम तो salt water को पी भी नहीं सकते. Okay, because it contain much amount of salt in it. Okay, so that's why water is a limited source. और हमारे पास बहुत ज्यादा water है और हम इसका without plan use करेंगे, not like that. We have to use the water. Okay, not waste the water. Okay, हमको water को utilize करना, we have to utilize. Okay, not the waste. Okay, so water is the precious resource because it is responsible for having life. Okay, that's why it is the precious resource. Okay, now water usable for human. See here, in second diagram, in that this is the first diagram and this is the second one. So in second diagram you can see here the salt water contain more than 97 or it is about 98% of salt water. Sometimes it's showing like 97%. बहुत से books में 97 भी है, but it is 97 to 98% because whatever the rain falls, it moving through the different rivers, they ultimately they are meeting in ocean only. So whatever the rainwater, it falling down on the earth surface, it flows through the different sources and reaches to the ocean only. Okay, so that's why the percentage of water we have about 98% in ocean. Okay, only 2% fresh water is available. Now here we will discuss about the fresh water. Okay, so see that 2% water, fresh water, out of it we have about 87% of it in the form of ice only, in the form of ice only on the glaciers, and 12% of the fresh water. देखो 100% water का 2%, and here we are discussing about 2% जो fresh water है हम उसके बारे में discuss कर रहे हैं. तो जो फ्रेश वाटर है इसका 87% प्रेजेंट in the form of ice only. Okay, and 12% of water present on underground that we can harvest with the help of well, tube wells, etc. Okay, and rest like a river and the lakes contain about only 1% of water. Okay, so for using the water for human being is very less as compared to the present water present on earth surface. Okay, so here about the groundwater, you know, that particular part which is shown on the like gray color, it is the underground color, underground water. That blue color is the fresh water in lakes, and that light blue color, it is the water present in rivers. Okay, so all water on the earth about 0.03% is useful by the human beings. Okay, whatever the water we have on earth, only 0.3% of it we are using, like it is usable for human being. Okay, and 99.7% is unusable for human being. ओके देखो जितना भी हमारे अर्थ सरफेस पर वाटर है बेटा उसका 0.3% ही ह्यूमन बीइंग यूज कर सकते हैं. रेस्ट 99.7% इज नॉट यूजफुल फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग. ओके नाउ so cloud formed by the vapors, yes, जो clouds है वो vapor से form होते हैं and ensure that water falls back down on the earth in the form of rain, in the form of sleets, snowfalls, hails, etc. Okay, so we will discuss that particular part in the water cycle also. Okay, so student, I want everyone had to take a screenshot and you had to note down all the points here, like how much water we have on earth surface, like if it is salty means it is the marine water. Okay, or it is also called as salt water. Fresh water we have only 2%. Then 2% का जो fresh water है 87% present in the form of ice in glacier, mountain. Okay, and that 12% of that 2% fresh water present underground and only 1% fresh water present in rivers and lakes. Okay, so whatever the amount of water we have on earth surface, out of it only 0.3% is usable by humans and 99.7% is not usable by human beings. Okay everyone, so this is all about our today's session. I want everyone had to take a screenshot and note it down all the points on your notebook. Okay. Okay, so student, this is the first video of our chapter. Okay, so by tomorrow you will get the second video and there we will discuss more points. Okay, so just go through your textbook also, beta. It is on the page number 245. Okay, just go through it and write down whatever the questions arising in your mind, and we will meet on the Friday for the live session. There we will discuss all your doubts. Okay, so again I am just saying that if you are watching this video, so do comment like how did you find the video, do like the video, and better if you subscribe that also. Okay, so you will get proper notification for other chapters also I'm covering. Okay everyone, so bye bye for today and have a nice time and do study well. I want everyone have to perform well in your examination. Okay, so bye bye.